organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, why are a majority of students not reporting attempted break-ins? We've got the story tonight.
And if the Farm Bill expires, the price of milk could double. See why this could make a trip to the supermarket a little bit more painful.
And in sports, we break down some key talking points from the win over Iowa State.
All that and more next.
Daily Iowan TV is ready to go.
I'm Tom Brokaw. For more than 100 years now, the University of Iowa community has been waking up to the Daily Iowan. Today, it's the largest newsroom in eastern Iowa. And now you can see the news every night on Daily Iowan TV and get it anytime worldwide at dailyiowan.com.
Thanks for being with us this Monday evening for Daily Iowan TV. I'm Stephen Duran.
And I'm Brad Maxwell. America's latest mass shooting at Washington's Navy Yard has officials asking why. Initial investigations state terrorism was not a motive, but there are many questions surrounding the shooting and whether the suspect acted alone. At least 13 people were killed in the shooting, including the suspect, this morning at Washington's Navy Yard. The shooting put government buildings on temporary lockdown. One shooter's dead and identified as Aaron Alexis, a 34-year-old military contractor from Texas. Washington police are trying to find two other armed suspects that were dressed in military-style uniforms during the shooting. A SWAT unit from the Washington field office worked to clear all Navy Yard buildings. President Obama released a statement this morning acknowledging the shooting, saying, quote, "These are men and women who are going to work doing their job protecting all of us. They're patriots, and they know the dangers of serving abroad. But today they faced an unimaginable violence that they wouldn't have expected here at home." End quote. Loved ones gathered at Washington National's baseball stadium lot to reunite with the victims of the shooting. The Daily Iowan will continue coverage of these events as we receive more information. You can read more on the shootings in tomorrow's pages of the Daily Iowan. Also, be sure to tune in to tomorrow's edition of Daily Iowan TV for an exclusive interview with former Daily Iowan TV reporter living in Washington near the scene of today's incident.
Every year, students deal with the possibility of falling victim to burglary. Keeping doors locked and lights on help keep thieves away, but sometimes those are not enough. Daily Iowan TV's Christina Targos has one more precaution many students do not think of.
The average apartment hallway. With the rows of doors, it is a perfect place for a robber to pick its target.
Somebody may go through in a whole apartment building, try the doorknobs, and just go into the apartments where the doors are open.
So keeping residential doors locked is key for staying safe. But what Iowa City Police can't monitor is the number of attempted break-ins. Many students say they wouldn't report them.
Probably not.
I probably wouldn't.
So the big question is, why aren't students reporting the suspicious jiggling on their doorknobs? Those attempted break-ins can give the police a tip as to where the next string of robberies might happen.
We didn't think it was a big deal.
It doesn't seem that serious at the moment.
Students don't think of the benefits reporting an attempted robbery could bring.
Let's say that we get 4 reports of somebody rattling doorknobs or opening doors or whatever in an area at the same time, then we know that there's something going on there.
Once police know of an area with suspicious activity, they can send extra surveillance, helping to keep students safer all over Iowa City. Christina Targos, Daily Iowan TV.
Iowa City Police encourage all students to report any suspicious activity as soon as it happens.
The price of milk could soon soar to nearly $7 per gallon. That's due to the current Farm Bill set to expire later this month. The Farm Bill is passed every 5 years by Congress, regulating federal policies in agriculture and food. House Republicans are asking for a $40 billion cut to the bill, and lawmakers fear this could cause the price of dairy products to nearly double, forcing shoppers to balance budget and health. If the House fails to approve an extension on the 2008 Farm Bill, milk prices could double as early as next year. The current Farm Bill is set to expire on September 30th. Much more still coming your way on Daily Iowan TV.
Find out an update on the deadly Colorado flooding.
And the Iowa's governor's seat will introduce you to Iowa's 2014 hopefuls.
And in sports, we'll update you on other Hawkeye sports you may have missed this weekend with a Monday edition of Whip Around.
But first, we'll toss it over to Daily Iowan TV's Marissa Mahalik for your weather forecast update. Marissa?
Thanks, Brad. You probably needed to dig out your fall jacket today, and you may need it at times for the rest of the week. Tomorrow, we will start off cloudy at 50 degrees. By the time afternoon rolls around, it will be 63 degrees with a 50% chance of rain. Tomorrow evening will be 68 degrees with a 40% chance of rain. Looking ahead to the rest of the week, Wednesday will be 85 degrees with a 50% chance of thunderstorms. Thursday will be 89 degrees with a 40% chance of rain. Friday will be 75 degrees and partly cloudy. Saturday and Sunday will be 76 degrees and sunny. So you may need your umbrella for most of the week, but hopefully it will clear up for the weekend. Brad and Stefan, that's all I have for you guys tonight. Back to you guys at the desk.
Iowa SJMC.
Want a major that'll take you somewhere?
I joined, and now I make videos for the university. I joined, and now I work for the most trusted news source in America. SJMC.
Thanks for that, Marissa. And now we'll hand it over to Daily Iowan TV's Reed Chandler for this week's edition of the Political Alert.
Thanks, Brad and Stefan. Welcome back to Political Alert. We've been keeping you up to speed on state politics for the past couple of weeks, and tonight I have some updates on the Iowa governor's race. We're about a year away from the big race in 2014, where current Iowa Governor Terry Branstad is looking to win re-election. He's been keeping his former campaign staff close by, and two Democratic challengers are on their way to try and take him down. From Cedar Rapids, Tyler Olson, a state representative, has announced his candidacy and hired a campaign manager. He's been traveling the state, talking to voters. And Jack Hatch, another Democrat and state senator from Des Moines, officially announced his campaign today. And it may seem early, but with just about a year from the election, you can expect to see more candidates spring up with campaigns kicking off this winter. Of course, we'll see a primary election in the spring where one Democrat and one Republican nominee will be formally chosen to go head-to-head in the coming fall. We'll keep you posted on who's who as the race heats up, but until then, it's back to you guys at the desk.
And now for an update on the Colorado flooding. There are more than 1,000 unaccounted for in the deadly Colorado flooding. This morning, helicopter search teams were sent out with 17 helicopters to search for stranded residents. The search teams are part of a state personnel and the Federal Emergency Management Agency, which are also sending two 80-person search and rescue teams to assist with the rescues. The rain continues to fall in Colorado, and flooding has spread to 15 counties. So far, there have been 5 fatalities confirmed, 4 in Boulder County and 1 in El Paso County. 1,500 homes have been destroyed and over 70,000 have been damaged.
There's still more to break down from Saturday's Cy-Hawk Trophy win. Let's toss it over to Alyssa Bergamini for more on your sports update. Alyssa, take it away.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio. We have a lot to get to today, so let's get started. Most of Iowa City is still basking in the 27-21 victory over the Cyclones on Saturday night. Our own Jordan Cabielas was at the game on the call for KRUI. Jordan, Mark Wiseman has been the talk of the town about what he's accomplished thus far, but how important has the play of the offensive line been?
Extremely important. It's not just Mark Wiseman here. I mean, it's everybody. That line is creating the space for Wiseman. We have Iowa as a team is rushing for about 239 yards per game, and Mark Wiseman for about 143 of those. But it's there are other things too. The holes that they're creating, not just for Wiseman, but for Jordan Canzeri and the other 3 running backs on that team, and even Jake Rudock himself. They've done a good job of protecting him. Only 4 sacks given up so far through 3 games.
And Cavante Martin-Manley, he's really emerged this year as a player. What has made the difference?
I think another year under Greg Davis's system has really helped, and I mean there isn't another receiver. We saw it. We had Keenan Davis last year was supposed to be that guy, the step-up guy. That didn't really happen, but you could tell that Cavante Martin-Manley had the talent that was going to lead to something like this. He's accounted for roughly 50+% of the receptions on Iowa this year. He's got 163 total yards with a touchdown that he got on Saturday.
And lastly, Iowa has been struggling defensively during the fourth quarter. Why is this?
You know, I'm not really sure there is a good answer for it. They've given up 65 total points as a defense during a game, but 58.5% of those points have come in the fourth quarter. 38 points to be exact. And I don't know if it's a matter of they've had a lead going into the fourth quarter of all three of these games. Now, they lost to Northern Illinois, and then they won the last two. They gave up 10 points in the fourth to Northern Illinois, and then 14 in the last two games. I don't know if it's a matter of just taking the foot off the gas or what it is, but Kirk Ferentz seems to like to play close games, and at some point, you can't allow that other team to get back into it.
Okay, well, thank you, Jordan. Hope for a win this weekend. That loss over the Cyclones or some other Hawkeye sports in action over the past weekend. Don't worry, though, we have you covered in this weekend's Whip Around. Guys?
Thanks, Alyssa, and welcome to Monday evening's edition of the Whip Around. I'm Danny Payne reporting here from Grant Field, where this weekend the number 8 Hawkeyes hosted a pair of matches. Friday, they defeated Central Michigan by a score of 7-1, with Steph Norlander, Natalie Cafone, and Sarah Watro all posting 2 goals in the contest. Yesterday, however, the Hawkeyes were defeated by number 10 Stanford by a score of 2-0. Head coach Tracy Grisbaum after the game said, quote, "It was absolutely the worst game we've had yet this season." Now, for more on Hawkeye soccer, let's send it over to Jalen Socek, who's standing by. Jalen?
Thanks, Danny. Wins keep coming for the Iowa women's soccer team, who just beat out St. Louis 3-2 this past Friday, marking their 7th straight victory this season. Junior Melanie Pickard had a big moment for the Hawks, scoring the first goal from 40 yards out, her 3rd goal of the season. And now we'll toss it over to Taylor Axelson, who has the latest on the women's volleyball team. Taylor?
Thanks, Jalen. The University of Iowa volleyball team ended up getting 2nd place this past weekend at the Hawkeye Challenge. Tomorrow night, they'll be playing the Milwaukee Panthers in Milwaukee. And then this weekend, their big game coming up against the in-state rivals, they'll be playing Iowa State right here at Carver Hawkeye Arena. That's it for your Monday Night Whip Around. Alyssa, back to you in the studio.
Thanks for that, guys. But before we leave you tonight, let's take a quick look at the updated AP Top 25 rankings released yesterday. Alabama and Oregon again numbers 1 and 2 in the rankings, with Clemson and Ohio State staying at 3 and 4 respectively. Texas A&M falls to number 10 after that shootout loss to Alabama, while LSU replaces them at number 6. Also moving up in the top 10 is Florida State, who moved from 10 to 8. Not a great weekend for the other Big Ten schools in the top 25. Michigan dropped to number 15 after struggling with Akron. Northern slid to number 18, replaced by Washington at number 17. Wisconsin fell to number 24 after falling to Arizona State down in the desert on a controversial call in the final seconds. And Nebraska dropped out of the top 25 after allowing 38 unanswered points to UCLA to lose 41-21. That's all for now in sports. Tune in tomorrow for our weekly coverage of Kirk Ferentz's press conference as the team prepares to face Western Michigan. Back to you guys at the desk.
Daily Iowan TV is the only place to see what's going to be in Tuesday morning's Daily Iowan. Learn about e-cigarettes and its growth in Iowa City.
We'll also give you an update on the school's tuition freeze.
And find out updates about the Washington Navy Yard shootings.
That's your latest edition of Daily Iowan TV. Be sure to check us out at the same time tomorrow or anytime online at dailyion.com.
Thanks for watching. Have a great night.